Hey guys, and welcome to our review for The Incredibles 2. Directed by Brad Bird, starring Holly Hunter, Craig T. Nelson, a bunch of other people, Samuel Jackson, Bob Odenkirk, etc. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGabb.
Been waiting over a decade.
14 years.
14 years. 14
Since
years.
Incredibles.
That's fucked.
Incredibles first.
It was 45 when the first one came out.
Also joining us is Tyler Switolski.
Almost a decade and a half. We've been waiting.
Good math.
Good. You're good with the maths.
I rounded.
Also joining us is Adam Franey.
Yeah, 14 years waiting for a fine movie to get a sequel,
That's
right?
just incredible.
Movie you hate finally gets a sequel.
A movie that is incredible.
Yeah, it's shit.
It's a shit movie for Scott.
That's fine. Tim, can you give us a synopsis of The Incredibles 2
Yeah.
for the viewers?
Immediately, wow. After the events of the first film, the Parr family fails to stop the Underminer from robbing a bank, and supers are once again made illegal. When the head of a tech company reaches out to the supers to help with their public perception, Elastigirl is chosen to bring supers back into a positive light.
Is that your superpower? What is that?
Yeah.
You become a
Is
fish?
synopsising?
I
The
can
bopper.
do popping sound effects.
The bopper.
Tim,
Bopper.
you do like the first one, do you not?
I love the first one. Yeah.
Like?
You love the first
Like
one.
the first
The
one?
world loves the
It's
first
a heavy
one.
floor.
Do you like?
I
Ice
mean,
cream?
my theater was loving it. They clapped before the movie started.
Mine too. Yes.
Mine too.
Mine also clapped at the end.
Mine did as well.
During the Pooh trailer, the Winnie the Pooh. So we're
They
talking
clapped during the Winnie the
yeah,
Pooh trailer?
yours like you can clap at this part. And then like,
Really?
clap.
That
That's
Brad Garrett was pretty good.
Incredibly cringe.
That's weird.
Yeah, thanks.
My theater was a bunch of young kids, like not young kids, but like high school, like girls, and they're like screaming and like clapping and like just being super loud.
Really?
Ooh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Mine was with families mostly.
That's infuriating. Yeah.
Well, Tim, you really liked the first one. Some might say love the first one.
Everyone
What
would
did you
say
think of
love.
Incredibles 2?
I really enjoyed this movie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shock.
Very fun.
Very fun.
Action packed.
Action
Mm.
packed.
Visuals look great.
Mm.
When I got home, I YouTubed the ending of the first one. So I remember it, but I don't remember like specifically. It literally picks up like immediately after
Right
the
after.
first one,
Directly.
like directly. And
That's nuts.
the effects have gotten crazy, amazing in the last
Much
14
better.
years.
Much
Like
better.
the first one looks great. This one looks like even better. Yeah, I just love it. I love this world too. It's like this 1950s aesthetics, but mixed in with like high technology and stuff. So
Yeah.
I just love that world.
Yeah. That's not wrong.
Yeah, I don't love it quite as much as the first one.
How dare
Not quite as much. I still really enjoy this movie. I think it's really fun. It's very funny. I thought there could have been a little bit more of a, not as much a character arc, but a
Through thread?
story arc that would have been a little bit more, because this story is very similar to the first movie, roughly,
I got a
and
comparison for
the
you.
characters kind of start and begin in the same place as they started and began or they started and ended in the first movie. There's not a big like
Change.
supers being illegal was a big part of the first one, and it's also a big part of this one. That could have been a little bit. They could have done a little bit more with that, I think. But yeah, I loved it.
You loved it.
Loved it.
Love.
Ty, what are your thoughts here?
Uh-oh.
Did you see it?
I did see it.
Okay, just gotta
Good start.
cross that out.
I saw the movie.
It's the bare minimum requirement.
I passed.
Well,
What'd you
we'll
think?
See
Incredibles
if you
2?
passed after you
Was it
see
incredible?
your-
Scott, it was fucking incredible.
It was incredible to you.
Incredible 2 Jew.
Like
I
the
loved
Boogaloo?
it. I loved this movie. I thought it was great. I love that it picked up right after the first one, which
That's its one redeeming
which was
quality.
hilarious
It starts
because
off
like it's
very
been 14 years, but it starts like right away.
That's what I couldn't get
That's
over.
kind of funny.
So
actually.
Yeah,
crazy.
it's been so long, but it's like it's like there's been no time at all.
I forgot until I sat. I knew that, but I
Yeah,
forgot until it
once
started.
you say like yeah,
I'm like, how did they not do like a real time 14 years later?
yeah,
Yeah,
I loved it.
crazy.
Voices were great. Love Elastigirl's voice. Like I thought, like it's just so
Is she
perfect.
known? Is she like a big
Holly Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter. I mean, you guys saw the Big
Oh,
Sick.
sorry. I
Yeah,
was thinking of the daughter.
She has that very much like Texas
Yeah.
kind of voice almost.
Very
I love it.
Very gravelly.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
great. She's great.
Craig T.
Very
Nelson,
good.
great.
Coach.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Edna was back. I expected to see a little more of Edna,
Edna was back. The theater
but I was not disappointed.
Theater made it very clear.
Yes. Theodore was very excited. when
Oh,
they
it's
did that.
Edna.
Yeah.
There's like 5 different like Edna.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, please.
I was telling this to Scott. Like, I didn't know that the person who directed this was Brad Bird. I didn't know who the director
I
was.
mean, it's been 14 years.
And then I didn't know that the director who did the voice was this director. And then I also didn't put together that Brad Bird was Brad Bird. like
It's tough. Honestly, it's tough.
Yeah,
There's a lot of Brad
that's
Birds
a
out there.
lot.
like Mission Impossible's Brad Bird.
And it's more like Pixar's Brad Bird's doing a Mission Impossible movie. What?
right? Like for me, it's the other way
That was
around
like-
though.
That's
That
what
was
the
like 8
world
years ago.
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah.
For you.
For me, it's like
Mission Impossible's Brad Bird is doing Incredibles 2? What the fuck?
yeah.
Meanwhile, I didn't even know he did Mission
And he's
Impossible.
voicing Edna.
You didn't know
What?
he did Ghost Protocol?
No.
And I think he, I think he produced like a whole bunch of them too. I
I'm
think.
thinking you guys. I thought you guys were meaning an older one, but yeah.
No, he did. Yeah.
We might have done 3. Maybe?
So you loved it,
No.
though.
Ghost Protocol.
He did Ghost Protocol.
Oh, okay.
You loved it.
I did. I loved it. Yeah, like you said, Tim. The effects were. There was one scene in particular where they're like in the Underminer's like vehicle. His
Great name.
thing.
That's a reminder.
So like, but like Mr. Incredible's inside of this like giant machine, and like there's this one like scene where like it's like it was like smack me in the face. It was like you saw like a shadow. Don't
Sorry.
actually smack me in the face.
I thought you were asking.
It was like you saw like a shadow like this, like the lighting like hit his suit, and it was just like, holy shit! Like it looked incredible.
Ew.
Yeah, you've never done that before. Yeah, no, it was just great, just great. I loved it.
Adam, what do you
Couple
think?
loved it.
Yeah.
Couple of love birds.
Keep
over
the
here.
love train going.
I really liked it.
Fuck no, you're dead to me.
I don't know. A little harsh.
No.
I don't know if I loved it. I
Fucking
love
kill
like
yourself.
first one for me is classic.
Love.
I love the first one. Animated classic. IMO. One of the best superhero movies of all time. Dare I say?
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm putting it
Fine.
possibly top 10 superhero film.
Putting it out there.
Mm,
So this one,
fine.
yeah, I liked it a lot. I think what you're saying with wanting a little more out of like the story or the impact, I agree with. Like for me, it's Guardians 2. Like
Similar to the first one, but
yeah,
That's a good comparison.
yeah.
loved it. Like very, very similar. And like I love being around the characters again. Don't really have anything bad to say. It was just like felt like a side adventure or something. Like
It's
just
a very small story as well.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's a small story. It didn't feel like there was this like, heavy, epic like one of the Incredibles dies or something. There's no like gut punch really.
Honestly, I
It's just
expected
like, yeah, that
more
was good.
from the screenslaver, like the villain. I kind
Yeah.
of expected like a little more like FaceTime.
They kind of. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah,
We'll get
he
into that.
was
Yeah,
maybe a little bit underused. Yeah, it was hilarious. The performances were great. Still like all the characters. The action was awesome. Like to me, this isn't even like just a kids movie. It transcends like kid movie.
I had a
for
great
sure. Yeah, like I was like, this is like the action set pieces. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah, it looks great.
this is great.
They
yeah.
said crap in it. Is that Pixar
Yeah.
first?
Shit.
Someone said crap?
They said crap.
The mom
man.
says
Whoa.
crap.
yeah.
That's nuts.
There's
That-
guns.
that's-
There were guns.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, there was.
Someone swung an axe at
I
someone?
want to see Brad Bird do another live action.
He did.
I know.
Was that Tomorrowland?
Tomorrowland.
Ooh.
Not so good.
Scotty.
Well, I'm gonna jump in.
you hate the first one.
Hate this even more.
This one was shit.
Here it
I
comes.
liked it.
When was the last time you saw the first one?
Over at least 10 years.
You should probably see it again then.
Oh, yeah.
I still remember it being fine.
Rewatch.
Okay.
The first one.
I need to get
my
nasty.
opinion hasn't changed in the first one.
You telling
It's
me you
fine.
like this one more than the first one?
Maybe. Maybe.
Shocking.
Is that weird?
No. They're both great.
I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying. I mean,
like one more than the other. That's weird.
I really like the cast. Yeah, there is something about the plot, and you guys kind of touched on it. I
You
couldn't
agree
really
with
figure
Guardians
out.
2 syndrome?
Yeah, I couldn't really figure out what it was. That was sort of.
Maybe it was like 21 and 22 Jump Street kind of thing. Like they just did the same
That's another
thing
one.
again. Yeah.
But well.
But well, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're just trying to we gotta get back to the characters, and then maybe we can expand it because obviously they're doing Incredibles 3.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I mean they kind of let the door open very wide.
Toy Story 2, I was just thinking kind of, for me, is kind of the same. Like, Toy Story 3 is that, like, heavy, crazy,
Yeah.
sort of, like, more epic to me. Toy Story 2 is just good.
Yeah.
Very good, like the first.
I do think
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do think the 14-year thing made a difference. It seems like they felt like they had to reintroduce the characters
Yeah, we gotta go
and
back.
reestablish them.
Yeah.
Because this one even ends similar to the first one, where like the family has like, oh, there's a crime going down. Let's put on our masks and like start fighting. That's literally how the first one ends too. So
Yeah.
they end in the same place.
So you can, it's very wide open. I
Yeah.
mean, we'll get into that. I mean, we don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, the cast was great. Really big cast as far
Huge.
as all
Did
the
not
names.
realize Catherine Keener.
Yeah, like Catherine Keener. I mean, Sophia Bush. Not as much Frozone, honestly. Like,
Well, there wasn't much Frozone in the first one.
Yeah, he's
either.
barely in the first one too.
this is true, but you'd think, I don't know, like.
You think
it
like
wasn't
Sam
much
Jackson's grown in like a lot in the last
Yeah.
14 years? You think that like he would be a little?
Plus, his
bigger?
character is like probably the most quoted.
Oh,
in the
for
first
sure.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, I feel like everything in the trailer, like we kind of saw all of his lines in the trailer. Like, there wasn't a whole lot extra there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There was a couple extra stuff, but anyways, not a lot of Edna, who was hilarious
Yes.
and like barely in it. I don't know. I just want more Edna.
For me, Jack stole the movie.
I'm
He
getting
is-
to that.
I
Yeah.
love me some Jack.
Jack, anything Jack did was hilarious. And I mean, I think that raccoon sequence is gonna go down as a classic.
Fucking hilarious.
I almost hit the ground laughing.
Like
so
I was
hard.
cackling, screaming almost.
Yeah.
He's like stuck in the chair.
And it's like just like
On fire,
throwing,
just throwing chairs away.
coming out. I'm like, oh my god, he's going to kill the raccoon. That's what's going to happen.
It was
man.
priceless.
I would
Honestly,
die.
it was one of the funniest moments in the theater all year. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was great.
I looked over, and the kid that was sitting next to me was not laughing as hard as I was. Like, I was dying laughing. The kid, like, laughed for, like, maybe, like, a minute or two, and then, like, was, like, not laughing. I was still laughing, carrying on to the next scene.
I lost it at Mr. Incredible, like, trying to deal with Jack.
Yum yum cookie!
Yeah.
Yum yum cookie!
I have a 1-year-old cousin who I'm around all the time, and it's so relatable. Like, just seeing, like, trying to, like, put him to sleep.
He hasn't shaved in 3 days.
Yeah, the dad, like, Craig T. Nelson's falling asleep, and the baby, like, slaps him awake. Stuff like that. I was, like, losing it. Just thinking
So
of my
good.
baby cousin. Hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
freaky.
honestly, everything relating to Jack I thought was great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, for
really
sure.
interesting character. I mean, like super OP. Like
Oh, yeah.
literally the most overpowered like superhero
Like, what's his
character
power?
like ever.
Everything.
Every power.
Every power
Yeah.
is his power.
Like, you can, like,
Oh.
change into other people and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
when he was, like, when they go back
Yeah.
to see Edna, and you can, like, he's doing half of her shit because he's, like,
Scary.
kind of become her a little bit.
I don't know. He might become like James McAvoy in Split. You never know.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Dark.
He's getting really
Is this a
fucked up.
prequel to Split?
His Split prequel? I don't know.
Shyamalan, Incredible 3.
Sam Jackson.
One prequel, yep. Good,
That's fucked up.
good tie-in.
What the fuck? Where's
His bones are
Where's Aaron
ice.
Taylor Johnson?
They
Right?
break.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh,
creepy.
God.
Holy shit.
Sorry. Yeah, I liked how just the basic premise of where the plot goes, where Elastigirl gets to shine,
Yeah.
and Mr. Incredible has to deal with Jack and
Mr. Mom.
all
Mr.
that.
Mom. Classic
Yeah.
Mr. Mom, yeah.
Kind of a classic. I feel like situation. I don't know.
For sure.
Lots of comedic potential there.
Yeah.
As well, you guys touched on it. The action sequences I thought were fantastic. That being said, I feel like there was a lot of runaway train, runaway helicopter, runaway boat, runaway plane.
Yep,
Not wrong,
that's
yeah.
fair.
I mean,
They were wrangling a lot of runaway vehicles.
yeah.
That's fair.
That being said, they were done very well, but it was very similar.
Yeah.
So it kind of got a bit like, really, they're chasing the thing again.
Just, yeah.
Um, Anyways, I was hoping for maybe a bit more variety of action sequences, but like I said, they were done very well. Super action packed, super intense.
A lot of new characters.
Got
as
really
well.
into it. Opened up the universe, let's say.
Yeah, they
did, yeah.
Lots of new characters, new superheroes.
A lot of potential for a third. Like they could really open it up to like they
Yeah.
endless options for a third movie.
A little bit of Sophia Bush there as the Void.
Yep.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Void was cool.
Interesting characteristics, let's say.
Yeah.
A little portal action going on.
Pretty cool. I like your character.
Yeah.
Cool
Coming
power. Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Just
Cruncher.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Cruncher.
to uncrunch.
Uncrunch?
When you unpunch someone.
We got
Oh
Brick,
my
not
God.
Steve Carell, but
The real
they got the
Brick.
Brick,
Steve the
the
Brick.
OG Brick. Yeah, overall, I really liked it.
Wow. It's a
I
miracle.
want to know what he's gonna rate it though.
That cold heart has been warmed by
Yeah.
Incredibles 2.
Yeah, I'm like the
Yeah.
Grinch.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Like the
Their
original
heart
one,
grew
yeah.
3 sizes too big today.
Broke that heart measuring device.
Well, should we give our ratings and
Let's.
move into spoilers?
I'm gonna go 4. 4 out of 5 on this bad boy.
I'm gonna go heavy for.
Woo!
Yeah, I know.
I too will go 4.
Mm.
My favorite Pixar sequel outside the
Toy
Toy
Story.
Story
Mm.
trilogy.
Of course.
Probably accurate? Yeah, I'd say so.
Dare I say
I'm
that?
gonna go
Like 4.
Come on.
4.
Yeah.
I was so sure you're gonna say heavy for some reason.
What's the first one for you? 3?
like 3?
0?
Probably
Heavy
heavy
two?
3.
So what?
It's fun.
Okay.
It's a heavy 3. It's fun.
That makes
I
sense.
didn't. I never said I hated it.
I
I think-
specifically remember you saying that you
Change-
could not stand it.
The
It was
narrative-
literally a dumpster fire that you
I'll find the audio.
Thank you.
Insert
Tim
it into
Puller.
here.
Maybe
Yeah.
I might have said it's a 3. But
Edit
it's,
this in.
it's probably a 3, heavy 3. I don't know. It's
Scott, you hated
Yeah,
it. It was
forgettable.
fucking,
Sounds
it was fucking
mean.
You're
garbage.
indifferent. Made no impression.
So, fair warning, if you haven't seen The Incredibles 2, and a lot of people have this weekend, it's doing very well at the box office. Blew up the
180
animated first weekend.
numbers.
I can't speak.
Crushed it by like $45 million.
Yeah, which
We
was
think
Finding
an
Dory
Oscar buzz?
a couple years ago.
Best
It'll be up for
animated
best animated feature for sure.
Yeah,
Win?
Yeah.
for best animated.
Probably.
That's
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
So far.
Pixar wins a lot.
it. So, fair
Usually I
warning,
don't
if you
ask
haven't
that
seen it,
question,
we will be discussing
Don't be
spoilers next. So, you've been warned.
Mm-hmm.
You've
That
been
being
warned,
said, is
folks.
there anything you guys want to talk about specifically?
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is just like,
Well,
just story wise, it's the family. The whole supers being a legal thing doesn't really get resolved. It gets resolved this time, but it was kind of resolved at the end of the last movie. That's my one downfall, is that it's just kind of a repeat of the same theme of like
Yeah.
supers are illegal, but they should be breaking the law. Blah blah blah.
apparently it takes no effort to pass these laws. I don't know. They're like it just feels
Almost
like
In like a
instantly.
day.
Yeah.
They're just like superheroes. We like them. We don't. What do you
Yeah.
guys think? No, we don't like
Yeah.
them.
All right.
Illegal.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ah, they did something cool. Ah, they're like those characters from like Fix It Felix, where they're just like these little like we're happy.
Yeah.
We're gonna like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways,
I don't. But, like, I don't know what Fix It Feel It.
oh, it's like Wreck-It Ralph,
Fix It?
but the
Fix It
characters in the game Fix It Felix,
Okay.
where they're like just like caricatures, like super happy, like villagers.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. I see what you're saying. That's accurate. Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, you did good.
You did good.
Yeah.
Why is it?
They're all
No,
Italian.
ethnic.
You did good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the main thing, is, who did you guys think was the screen slave?
I knew it was one of them.
Jeez.
It had to be Odenkirk or the sister.
See, I figured out sort of. I feel like
Shock.
not instantly, but I knew there's something up with her character. But I mean, it sort of became obvious. You know, sort of
Painfully.
everything started to make sense.
Everything's
Like,
tech savvy.
oh, interesting. Her character like makes the tech, and how did he get the feed of the camera? And blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Hmm.
She's not a happy person.
Yeah.
She might be the villain.
Yeah.
She's mad that like her parents didn't use a panic room instead of the
Yeah.
Island of Heroes. Yeah.
And Odenkirk's a bit too obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, Adam, seems like you saw it right from the beginning.
Yeah. I did. Did you get? We all did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not instantly. I didn't think instantly. I was like, the first time I saw her, I was like, oh, she's the villain.
Instantly, I knew it was going to be either Odenkirk or the sister.
Oh,
like,
for sure. I knew there was
But
some
and then like after
nefarious-
like 10 minutes, I was like, okay, that's not Odenkirk. That's way too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'm on that page. I thought either one, and then Odenkirk was too obvious. And she was like menacing in the shadows. I feel like
Always sitting in the shadows.
just, like literally dim lit, like no
just
lights
like
on
holding
her
a
face.
drink, like
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at me, I'm cool and mysterious.
Just-
Yeah.
eyes half closed the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I don't.
awkward.
I don't trust that when people's
No.
eyes are half closed.
No.
That's not.
I don't trust him at all right now.
When he falls asleep on air.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
There's not a
I
whole
don't
lot to
know.
spoil.
Yeah, there's really not.
That's kind of my flaw with the movie.
It's
like-
pretty. It is what it
There's
is.
nothing to really unpack.
I did kind of like how like they kind of looked at like they kind of tore each of the characters down. Like let's start with Violet. Like they kind of went like deep into like Violet's like personal life. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good
that's
to
true.
see that.
Focus a little more on her, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, like I like the characters had arcs.
Yeah.
And they grew a little bit.
They did. For
Dash
sure.
didn't have a whole lot, to be honest.
No,
Yeah, no, he didn't.
but I feel like he had a lot in the first one though.
There's like vegetables.
Him kind of learning how
Hates
to
them.
really step back a little bit in the
He's
first
not
one.
great with math.
Not good. But honestly, that scene though,
Don't
just
change
as
math.
funny in the trailer.
Very
Yes.
relatable.
Like, or in the movie, just why would they change math? Like, it was so funny.
So
Yeah.
good.
Also, I've been practicing my Craig T. Nelson
It's not
impression.
bad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It sounds like another impression as well.
It sounds like when he's doing
Conja
that
Club?
really terrible joke.
The Conja Club?
Yeah,
sounds-
it's
sounds like Harrison
Ford.
Ford.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't make a deal with Conja Club. I don't know what he
Yeah.
said, but
No, you said
That's
it.
pretty much it.
Deal.
well, is there anything specific that you guys want to mention as well? I mean,
You guys think we'll get a third one?
oh yeah,
I didn't think so at first, but after Scott said that, I'm like, how could they not? Like,
I think they will.
it's been so long
Well,
and
eh?
it's done so well.
I think it'll be a lot quicker than.
Oh, yeah.
I think
How did it take 14 years to get a second one? Is what I.
They
don't
made 3
get.
cars in that same amount of time.
That's why I don't
2
understand.
planes.
That's why I'm like,
Those
are
are
they
the best
really gonna do a
sequels.
third one?
Yeah.
Besides Toy Story, forgot about this.
Cars Scene 3
Yeah.
movies.
Fucking great.
I've seen them.
That's fucked
I've seen
up.
them all.
And that's really
Fucking,
fucked
they're
up.
dark,
to
they're
say.
twisted, super adult.
Didn't see any of them.
Ew.
absolute dog shit.
Gross.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're sort of, gauging the waters here, like sort of seeing, okay, let's, people have been asking for it, let's do it, see if they like it. And
They
'cause
loved it.
I think they kind of fast tracked it. And,
Yeah.
it's just sort of seeing the reaction, and clearly people have been clamoring for it.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to look at the numbers in a couple weeks and be like, look, guys, we need to do Incredibles 3.
I'm hoping this is I'm hoping like this is a tester for like what they have like in the pipeline. Like they already have plans for 3.
Like, superhero movies in 2004, not as popular as they are right now. I mean,
No.
this is pre-Iron Man.
Yeah.
True.
4 years before Iron Man.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, superhero movies is like 6 a year. Like, I don't even
Yeah.
understand. Like,
Yeah.
so many superheroes are just part of the culture right now, and they're tapping into that. People are clearly loving it. It's just only a matter of time.
And they're fun characters too. That's the best part about this. Is like they're supers, but they're fun characters as well.
Yeah, they're not Marvel,
Yeah,
so you get some
Anyone-
differentiation.
anyone
they're not
can
DC
watch
shit
them.
characters.
exactly. Like they're just.
I mean, they're
garbage.
Marvel. They're
Yeah,
they're Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
but
pretty much. Yeah,
But good.
but good.
It's 2 good ones.
Wow, I did not even recognize that.
They're Fantastic Four, pretty much. Yeah.
Really, you didn't notice
Never heard the
that?
joke that like
No.
Incredibles is the good Fantastic Four.
No, I have never noticed that.
Now you have.
Elastigirl, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, Mr.
Mr.
Incredible.
Incredible, The Thing.
Yeah.
Oof.
Invisible Girl is Invisible Girl.
is
But the
Violet.
dash would be him and George. Like that's.
But-
Oh my god, I never noticed that.
Oh yeah, the first family.
Damn.
Sorry,
Interesting.
bud.
Well, I think that'll do it for our review of The Incredibles 2. Tim, where can people find us?
People can find us on Twitter at UpReal8. You can find me personally on Letterboxd at UpRealTim and on Instagram at TheCraftPundit.
That's good.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at UpReal Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at UpRealTie. My mind is blown by this fact.
I could tell.
It's insane.
You can find me on Twitter at Franny25 and Instagram and Letterboxd at UprealAdam.
Find myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at UprealScott. And yeah, guys, if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it. Leave a comment below in the comment section if you want to join our discussion with The Incredibles 2. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And as always, keep it real.